The atmosphere within the hidden base buzzed with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Lyra had barely processed the shocking revelation about her destiny when the alarm klaxon blared, signaling the arrival of potential allies. She quickly composed herself and moved towards the main chamber where their guests would be received. The heavy doors slid open with a metallic hiss, revealing a group of strangers clad in rugged, worn-out armor. They looked battle-hardened and weary, but their eyes held a spark of defiance. At their forefront was a tall, imposing figure with sharp, intelligent eyes that scanned the room with precision. "Welcome," Lyra greeted, trying to keep her voice steady. "I am Lyra. We are the Resistance." The leader of the newcomers stepped forward and extended a hand. "Captain Zara Drayden of the Western Front. We've heard about your efforts and decided it's time to join forces." Lyra shook his hand, feeling the weight of the responsibility that now rested on her shoulders. "We've had some recent breakthroughs. Information that could change the course of our fight," she said, leading them to a makeshift briefing area. As they walked, Zara spoke quietly, "We've lost a lot of good people. Resources are dwindling, and hope, well, it's a scarce commodity these days." Lyra nodded. "I understand. But we have something worth fighting for." She hesitated before continuing, "There are things about our enemy, about our future, that you need to know." Once everyone was settled, Lyra activated a holographic display. Maps and data streams illuminated the dim room, casting a bluish glow on the faces of those gathered. "Our intel suggests that the aliens have a central command hub. If we can hit it, we might disrupt their entire operation." A murmur of agreement rippled through the room, but it was Zara who spoke up. "We've tried similar tactics before. What makes this time different?" Lyra took a deep breath. "This time, we have a blueprint of their hub, thanks to a high-ranking defector. And we have this." She pointed to a section of the map that revealed underground passages leading directly to the command center. Zara's eyes narrowed. "A defector, you say? Can they be trusted?" "We've vetted him thoroughly," Lyra replied. "His information has checked out so far." There was a pause as everyone digested the new information. Lyra then added, "And there's something else. Something personal. According to our source, there's a prophecy of sorts. It involves my children." The room fell silent. Zara's expression softened slightly. "Your children?" Lyra nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm the last woman, as far as we know. The future of humanity depends on me and the children I might bring into this world." A heavy silence settled over the room as the weight of Lyra's words sank in. The implications were staggering, and the responsibility on Lyra's shoulders was immense. Zara finally broke the silence. "Then we fight not just for survival, but for a future. For your children, and for ours." Lyra felt a surge of determination. "Yes. We fight for the future. And we will win." The briefing continued late into the night, with plans being refined and strategies debated. By the end, a sense of unity and purpose had settled over the group. They were ready to face whatever lay ahead, united in their goal to reclaim their world. As the meeting adjourned, Lyra found herself alone, contemplating the enormity of her situation. The idea of bringing children into such a war-torn world filled her with both hope and dread. Could she be a mother and a warrior? Could she protect her children in a world so hostile and unforgiving? Lost in thought, she didn't notice Zara approaching. "You okay?" he asked gently. Lyra looked up, forcing a smile. "Just thinking about the future." Zara nodded, his expression serious yet compassionate. "It's a lot to take in. But you're not alone. We'll fight for that future together." Lyra's smile became more genuine. "Thank you, Zara." Together, we stand a chance." Zara's presence was comforting, and Lyra found herself intrigued by the man who had quickly become an indispensable ally. His strength and determination mirrored her own, and she felt a connection forming between them, something she hadn't felt in a long time. Over the next few days, Zara integrated seamlessly into the Resistance's operations. He proved to be a strategic thinker, often offering insights that helped refine their plans. His men respected him deeply, and it was clear that he had earned their loyalty through countless battles. One evening, as they reviewed the latest intelligence reports, Zara and Lyra found themselves alone in the command center. The dim light cast long shadows, and the air was thick with unspoken thoughts. "Lyra," Zara began, his voice low and sincere. "I've been thinking a lot about what you said. About the future and your role in it. It's a heavy burden to bear." Lyra nodded, her eyes meeting his. "It is. But it's one I have to carry. For all of us." Zara took a step closer, his gaze intense. "You don't have to carry it alone. We're in this together. And I'll do everything in my power to protect you and the future you represent." Lyra felt a warmth spread through her chest at his words. "Thank you, Zara. That means more than you know." There was a moment of silence, charged with emotion. Zara reached out and gently took Lyra's hand in his. "No matter what happens, we'll face it together." Lyra squeezed his hand, feeling a sense of solidarity and hope. In Zara, she had found not just an ally, but a kindred spirit, someone who understood the weight of their fight and was willing to share it with her. As they stood there, side by side, Lyra felt a renewed sense of purpose. The battle ahead would be fierce, but with Zara and the rest of the Resistance by her side, she knew they had a fighting chance. Together, they would reclaim their world and forge a future worth living for.